Welcome back, everyone. We're exploring Mid-Missouri in a new segment and highlighting what makes our towns, small towns, special. Residents in Rocheport don't necessarily want to grow their town in size.
Right, but they are looking to grow its tourism industry. They told me why they hope more people take a trip to their town.
Just steps off the Katy Trail near the Missouri River is the town of Rocheport.
This month's second Saturday is tomorrow. It's taking place from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can find a full schedule of events that include a farmer's market, pop-up shops, live music, and more on Rocheport's Facebook page. And if you want us to visit your town, email us and tell us why at news@komu.com.
We've got plenty of sunshine out there, or next week as well. I've got your full 8-day coming up in about 8 minutes.
All right, Beth, thank you. There's a new fitness trend for people who prefer their pajamas to the gym. It's called cozy cardio. Sounds like that's for me. And it encourages people to engage in low-impact exercise from the comfort of their home. I'm sold. Here's how it works. Set the mood with a welcoming space. Grab your most comfortable lounge gear, your favorite beverage, and show, movie, or podcast, and you're set to start your workout. The trend is meant for people to view fitness as a joyful experience. That it should be.
I keep seeing these videos all over social media.
I've definitely gotten in the trend of like, if there's a show that I'm like watching or like binge or whatever, it's like I have to watch that show at the gym. Like
that's smart.
Like I could only watch it while I'm on the treadmill or do it like Stairmaster or something, so that way I'm like actually doing something instead of being a couch potato. But
I even see some people reading on the treadmill, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do that.
How you do.
I feel like I'd get motion sickness.
I would definitely get motion sickness trying to do that.
But I'm like, hey, if it works for you.
I kind of want to get one of those like under the desk walking pads. Because I'm like, I feel like I would absolutely get all my steps in if I don't have to leave my house.
Right.
You know what I have done is an audiobook on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Not like reading, but
I
like,
would space out.
Reading.
I don't think I could do that. I'm being really honest. I have to watch something or I would absolutely space out.
Okay.
I get that.
There you go.
Couldn't be me.
Coming up, why Governor Mike Parson. He signs off on some costly upgrades. We'll have more on that.
Plus, Stevens College says goodbye to a staple staff member.
But first, a live look over the Lake of the Ozarks at 5:33. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Your time is 5:37.
Which means we're about 6 minutes away from nonstop news.
But before that, let's check in with Beth for an update on the weather as you prepare to head out the door this morning. It's going to be a really nice spring day outside, right?
Yeah, really not bad. Very seasonal, plenty of sunshine. Breezy, just not as breezy as it was yesterday. Out the door, we've got temperatures sitting.
What we know about a deadly shooting last night in North Columbia.
Plus, Planned Parenthood's funding is at risk in the state legislature.
And upgrades for first responders are on the way. That tops our nonstop news.
KOMU 8's nonstop news and first alert weather starts now.
One man is dead after a shooting took place on Premier Lane near North Brown Station Road in Columbia. 2 adult suspects are still wanted.
KOMU 8's Carrington Peavy is here in the studio to tell us how emergency officials have been responding. Hey, Carrington, good morning.
Good morning, Sarah. Dozens of Columbia police officers arrived at the scene around 8:50 p.m. The Missouri KOMU is actively following updates from the police as they become available. Stay connected throughout our morning show and on our social media at KOMU News. In the studio, Carrington Peavy, KOMU 8 News.
Okay, thanks, Carrington. Chiefs player Rashee Rice turned himself into police following the issue of a warrant for his arrest. Dallas police announced Wednesday that an arrest warrant had been issued for Rice in connection with a March 30th high-speed crash. The warrant accused Rice of aggravated assault, collision involving serious bodily injury, and 6 counts of collision involving injury. Rice was booked and released with a bond of $40,000. A House committee passed a bill that allows the state to give no Medicaid money to health providers affiliated with abortion, like Planned Parenthood. The bigger picture of this bill is that far-right Freedom Caucus senators say they'll allow a $4.5 billion Medicaid package to go through to the federal government if Governor Mike Parson signs the Planned Parenthood bill into law. That Medicaid package is called the Federal Reimbursement Allowance, or FRA. The Freedom Caucus had wanted to include language against giving Medicaid money to organizations affiliated with abortion, but health experts worried controversy would stop the federal government from giving Missouri some or all of that money. A Freedom Caucus senator explains why he changed his mind.
No, so the plan is it's kind of a either or type situation. Either we pass separate an FRA that's clean, but we make sure that the Planned Parenthood stuff is actually signed by the governor and into law prior to passing a clean FRA.
The Planned Parenthood bill has an emergency clause, so it will become law immediately if the House passes it on the floor and Governor Parson signs it.
First responders in mid-Missouri are getting help from the state to buy some upgrades. Newly approved grants are helping out law enforcement, fire service, and EMS providers. The governor approved $5 million in grants earlier this week. The Herman Area Ambulance District's cut of the money is $110,000. The EMS administrators there says that they plan to replace a dated ambulance, but it's going to cost a pretty penny.
It will allow us to continue to fully staff the district and ensure that there will be an ambulance available for the citizens of the community at all times. We basically have to do a lot more with a lot less.
The district has to spend its money before June of next year, or rather June of 2026. Right now, they're in talks with the Osage Ambulances to buy a $220,000 ambulance. The City of Columbia has welcomed 2 members to its city council during a special meeting last night. Lisa Meyer and Betsy Peters were sworn in as the newest council members. Meyer took the oath of office and is now the new representative of Columbia's 2nd Ward. Peters was re-sworn in as the council member for the 6th Ward after campaigning as the incumbent. Each took a moment to thank those who elected them.
This is a community effort, and anything that we achieve is going to be together. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
I feel that we are moving the city forward and that this is a great place to live, and I'm happy to be able to serve for another 3 years.
Former council members Rachel Proffitt and Nick Knoth were also honored for their service and dedication. After the meeting, a special reception was held in the conference rooms of City Hall.
Some big changes are coming to Stevens College. Longtime president Diane Lynch announced she's leaving her position. President Lynch met with students, faculty, and staff and told them she's retiring from her 15-year stint at Stevens. She won't be leaving until May of 2025 and says she will help in the search to find her replacement. Lynch says it was important to tell the students her announcement instead of receiving the news from an email.
I was like, I'm here, and the college is here, and nobody's going anywhere, and everything's fine, except I'm retiring. And they were all like, yay! And they were like, oh. And they were like, you're not going to be here for my graduation. And I was like, yeah, I'll come back for it.
Lynch has led many of the changes to Stevens College since she became president in 2009. One of her most recent changes for students is the implementation of block scheduling that will start next fall. Today, the Southern Boone School District will finally begin construction on the track surface around the high school football stadium. It's a project the district says should have been completed last year. The high school soccer team and track and field team cannot host any more home games or events due to the new installation. According to a press release sent to parents by the district yesterday, soccer games and practices won't be canceled but moved to another location. In order for the track to be fixed, certain weather conditions and no use of the facility would have to be met. Specifically, overnight low temperatures could not drop below 45 degrees, which they say hasn't happened consistently since October. Now, parents are questioning why the construction couldn't wait until the off-season.
Out the door this morning, temperature-wise still in the 70s and 80s.
All right, Beth, thank you. One of former President Donald Trump's attorneys no longer represents him. According to multiple sources, Evan Corcoran's left Trump's legal team in recent months. Now, Corcoran was brought on to help Trump fend off charges in the classified documents investigation. But he became a crucial witness after Trump allegedly misled Corcoran about the whereabouts of the documents at his Mar-a-Lago club. The lieutenant governor of Georgia will be investigated for his alleged role as a fake elector connected to the 2020 Georgia election interference case. State prosecutor says he has appointed himself to investigate whether Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones violated the law. Jones was one of 16 alleged fake electors accused of trying to help former President Trump overturn the state's 2020 election results. Jones was a state senator at the time. Former Vice President Mike Pence has a new job. A conservative Christian college in Pennsylvania says Pence has accepted a teaching position at the school. Grove City College made the announcement yesterday. The same day, Pence delivered the keynote address at the college's Institute for Faith and Freedom conference. All eyes are on Arizona as the issue of abortion access continues to take center stage in national and state politics.
The Biden campaign is ramping up its attacks on Republicans over abortion. It comes after Arizona's Supreme Court upheld a Civil War-era abortion ban. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington with the latest. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris will be in Arizona, where she's expected to link the state's abortion ban to Donald Trump and the Republican Party.
The most recent consumer price index states baby food and formula increased nearly 10% year over year.
In Kansas City, one canister of formula can cost between $32 to $56, depending on the brand. That much formula only lasts about a week for a baby. Mothers like Allison Shields say there's a stigma behind the struggle to afford formula, while costs continue to grow.
The decision for what to have for lunch today is easy. That's because it's National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day. Nobody knows exactly when this comfort food was invented, but cooked bread and cheese, that's been around since ancient times, everybody. There's no wrong way to make grilled cheese, well, within reason, I guess. And that's part of why they have stayed so popular. You know what I will say?
So good.
What was a game changer in the grilled cheese game for me was using pimento cheese in grilled cheese.
You can't
delicious.
really go wrong
You can't.
unless you put like blue cheese on it,
Ooh,
which is disgusting.
Not on a grilled cheese.
You like blue cheese?
I like
though.
blue cheese, but I wouldn't eat it in between two pieces of bread. That would be weird.
It's already weird. It's gross.
No, it's good.
We didn't even have to bring that up.
Okay.
That's the only cheese that would be bad on a grilled cheese.
Hear me out. Mac and cheese grilled cheese.
I've actually heard those are pretty good.
I'm
I've
sold.
had one. Delish.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Let's take a live look over mid-Missouri now. That is Southern Columbia. Let's stick around. We got another full hour of news and weather from KOMU 8 News today. Coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.